Hey loves, thanks for tuning in to CYBTV. This is Cherish.
Just cherish your beauty. Cherish your beauty. Cherish your beauty.
So this is a CYBDT, which is a Cherish Your Beauty discussion topic. And if you haven't been tuning into my channel, and if this is your first time, then welcome. Go ahead and press subscribe and thumbs this video up, and also press the bell notification so you will be notified when I post more videos like this one, and also all the other videos that I post. So you guys, if you've been here for a minute and if you've been tuning into my channel, then you know that I post like pretty much all things beauty, fashion, lifestyle. And so these discussion topics are part of pretty much every single day, and things that other people can relate to when it comes to life. Okay, and I like to talk about things that a lot of people may not talk about on a regular. So with that being said, this video is addressing heat damage, or people throwing out the word damaged when it comes to like hair, or people that use heat and things like that. So I want to just address and talk about the specifics of what damaged means and what it is, because I am a licensed cosmetologist and I've dealt with so many different types of hair, including mine, working with my hair on a daily. So I know a lot about different textures and their ways. Okay, but anyways, when it comes to damage, let's just talk about what damaged means. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read off the definition of damage. Okay, so the definition of damage is to inflict physical harm on something so as to impair its value, usefulness, or normal function. So that is the definition of damage. Okay, and so when we talk about damage, and when someone says, oh, that person has damaged hair, a lot of times that person's hair is not damaged. And this is just what I've noticed, you guys. So this is why I really want to address this particular topic, because I'm just sick of it. It's getting out of hand. And it's just kind of like, okay, do you even know what damage means? So that's what it means, okay? It means to inflict physical harm on something so as to impair its value, usefulness, or normal function. So I've already posted videos on my channel talking about the basics of hair, the structure of hair, and everything. I literally did a 3-part series on all of that so people can better understand their hair structure, their strands, what hair is made up of, and all of that. So you can go check out those videos. So when it comes to hair, you guys, your hair is not considered damaged just because you may have a looser curl pattern, or maybe even if you use heat and you see that your hair starts to loosen up, that does not mean that you have damaged hair or heat damaged hair. Okay, it simply means that your hair is just becoming more relaxed. If we literally went off of the fact that a person that you think should have tight curls, and then you start to see that their hair is a little bit loose, it's damaged. Everybody will have damaged hair. Okay, if you look at people with looser curl patterns, and you can see when their hair is wet, it's like literally like straight or stringy, and then once it dries, it shrinks up into its natural ringlets or whatnot. That does not mean that they have damaged hair, just because when it's wet, it's a little bit more straighter or stringly or whatever you want to call it. It just simply means that's their hair pattern or the wave of their hair. So when it comes to hair textures and wave patterns, you guys, a person can have multiple different textures and wave patterns on their head, okay? One head can have multiple different wave patterns. So my hair in particular, I have like 3 different wave patterns, okay? In the front, it's looser curls. It will not be little ringlets or anything. I have more of a wave type of hair anyways, but around the perimeter right here, I have looser curls. Okay, that's just the way my hair grows, and also that's just the way my hair is due to me manipulating my hair. So I've been manipulating my hair into ponytails for a very long time. Okay, so literally because of manipulation and me brushing my hair into this pattern of straight, you can tell that this is really sleek. This is the reason why my hair also has a looser curl pattern, because of the way I manipulate my hair. Okay, some people's hair, you guys, can grow out straight but then curl at the end. Some people's hair grows out super curly from the scalp and then also super curly down to the tips. So just because a person has looser curl patterns, or even if they manipulate their hair or use heat to manipulate their hair and it becomes a little bit more loose over time, that does not mean their hair is damaged. Okay, so when people throw around that word heat damage, you really have to know what damage is. And I'm going to get more into how you can tell a person's hair is really damaged and if your hair is really damaged. Another thing, curly hair just needs a lot more moisture. So if you look at a person with curly hair versus straight hair, a person with straight hair may not need that much moisture because their strands are naturally straight and their strands are going to be able to use their natural oils and other oils that they may put more effectively, because you don't have to go through all the twists and turns like curly hair. So we have to let our oils literally penetrate each strand all the way to the bottom, which is really hard sometimes when you have super curly hair. So it comes down to knowing the products that you need to use for your hair and everything to obtain that look that you're going for. Okay, now let's get into how you'll know if your hair is damaged or if someone else's hair is damaged. Okay, this is facts. Hair's normal function is to be able to absorb moisture, okay, because without moisture your hair will not be able to grow. And because of what hair is made of, which is keratin, keratinized protein, that's what the hair is made of, it naturally should have some type of shine. And then also hair should be able to grow. Like I mentioned, without moisture your hair will not grow, just like plants. Okay, if you don't water the plant, it's not going to grow. So pretty much if your hair is growing, if it has shine, if it's able to obtain moisture, your hair is perfectly fine. So if you use heat, for instance, okay, and over time your hair pattern becomes a little loose, it's okay. That does not mean your hair is damaged, because once you put moisture into your hair and it's absorbing the moisture still, and you're able to still have some type of shine, and your hair is still growing, your hair is fine, you guys. It's all about preference when it comes down to hair. The natural hair community thinks that, oh, if you have naturally curly hair but you put heat into it and if your hair becomes a little loose, oh, it's damaged. That's not true. Okay, so don't let that get to you. It doesn't even matter if you straighten your hair to death, okay, and you don't have a curl pattern anymore, because I've been there and my hair was still very healthy, still grew, still didn't break off, didn't really have so much split ends. I just didn't have a curl pattern. And I know so many other people as well that had naturally curly hair, but they straightened their hair to death, and guess what? Their hair is still healthier than some people that have naturally curly hair and don't straighten it at all. But you know, hey, just because you have naturally curly hair and you leave it all over the place, not saying it like everybody does that, but and you don't touch it and you leave it natural in its natural state, does not mean your hair is healthy. I'm just saying, because I think that's what a lot of people think. Your hair can still be damaged in its natural state, and if that's how you choose to wear it, it can still be damaged, but you may not know it if you do not know how to take care of your hair. So if you see someone with hair that is frizzy, and like no matter what you put in your hair or whatever that person puts in their hair, and if their hair is just not able to take that moisture and keep it in, that means their hair is potentially damaged. Why? So all in all, it's important for you to understand what your hair needs, you guys, because just because something is damaged temporarily does not mean it cannot be fixed. If that was the case, every time a person gets in an accident or whatnot and their car gets damaged, it would be impossible to ever go to the mechanic and get it fixed, okay? So things that are damaged or broken can be fixed. So damaged hair can be treated, okay? You just have to know what it needs, whether it needs protein because it has no body, it has no movement, whether it needs more moisture, whatever that may be for your different type of hair texture or type, and whether it needs cutting because it needs to get rid of those split ends. Whether you need to have a better diet or whatnot, then that just all that comes into place into repairing your hair. But like I said, you guys, hair is meant to grow, be shiny, you know, lustrous looking, look moisturized, and just healthy overall, okay? Have some type of sheen and luster to it. If it doesn't, then yeah, maybe your hair just needs some help. It may be damaged temporarily, but it can be fixed. So throwing out the word damage, and a person has heat damaged hair, if you want that to be a thing for you, then just make sure you okay. For me, because I have fine thin hair, and I've said this plenty of times on my videos, my hair is more prone to damage because fine thin hair is a little bit more fragile because we lack a medulla, which is the innermost part of the strand, and it holds the moisture. So with fine thin hair, we normally have a little open cuticle. So if we're not careful, our hair can get very damaged. It can get damaged quickly or break quickly or easier. So yeah, if you know what to do with your hair and know how to take care of it, then it's not a problem. But for me, a person that had like no curl pattern, I really didn't know what my curl pattern looked like until a few years ago, until I chopped off all my hair. But I had no curl pattern essentially, but guess what? My hair was still long. It was so shiny. It was just, it still grew and it was beautiful. But now that I do have a curl pattern and I like my curl pattern, I had to learn to even accept that as well, that my curls aren't, you know, big ringlets. They're not all, you know, with the nice curl. I kind of have a wave, and I have different curl patterns all through my head, and it took me a while to understand that and to accept that, because every time I felt like my hair was not growing out of my head, a curl pattern that I liked, I would cut it off thinking it was going to grow differently, until I realized that's just the way your hair grows, honey. So yeah, if a person looks at my hair, they may be like, oh, she has heat damage. I know the truth. At the end of the day, my hair is not damaged. It's probably just not to your liking, the curls. That's how I look at it now, because we can go on and on about someone that has heat damaged hair, but then if that's the case, you're going to have to point to everybody that does not have a tight curl pattern. There's people with wavy, there's people with loose curls, there's people with ringlets, there's people with kinky, there's people with, you know, no curl pattern, but their hair, you know, is just more cottony. That's how I like to say, more on the, you know, 4C, if people want to go by that chart or whatnot. But all in all, it's hair. But hair that is healthy, it's going to grow, it's going to shine, it's going to have some type of movement and stuff. So just keep that in mind when you think about commenting on somebody's video about heat damage, or telling somebody they have damaged hair, okay? If their hair is not split and it's not broken all over the place, and if it's not just dry looking and lifeless and all of that, then it's pretty healthy, you guys, okay? To my knowledge. So this is the end of this long video, and I know it was all over the place because it was just like me getting out what I felt like I needed to get out. I didn't really write. I didn't write anything down, which I probably should have, but I feel like I got the basis out, and I hope you guys were trying to. I hope you guys were understanding what I was trying to get across. Okay. This is not stuff that I'm just making up. This is the truth, okay? Hair has certain things that it should do, and if it's not doing that, then yes, it may be considered damaged, but don't fret, because it can be fixed if you just learn and know how to treat your particular hair type, okay? So this is the end of this discussion topic. If you guys like these type of discussion topics, then go ahead and thumbs this video up, like I said, and if you haven't already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe, and yes, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.